It's day 3 of my flaxseed pudding challenge, and I was about to start lunch, and I just realized that I totally forgot to make my flaxseed pudding. Maybe subconsciously I'm trying to avoid it because the last 2 days have been really rough. Ooh, I just finished a workout, so I'm a little sweaty. Yeah, the last 2 days have been really rough. So after I eat the pudding, I actually end up feeling kind of nauseated. And it's because the water makes it gel and expand really rapidly in your stomach. And your brain says, oh my gosh, what is going on in there? So it doesn't necessarily like that. I made some hot chocolate and let it cool slightly. I hope this sweetness actually works. What is this? Undissolved sugar? No, air bubbles. Okay, I was worried there. Okay, here goes nothing. I hope I'm not ruining some perfectly good hot chocolate. And just to be safe, I'm gonna add some cinnamon. Oh my gosh. Too much cinnamon, that did not dissolve. Well, maybe it'll mix in better after I gel it. My time management skills are absolutely garbage today. And I boiled some water and let it cool slightly. I'm just gonna add this 1.5 cups of hot water to my 1/2 cup of moong dal and let this soak for 10 minutes. My moong dal is soaked for 10 minutes, so now I just need to drain the excess water off. You always want to drain your soaking water off. Look at that, there's phytic acid and all kinds of starches. It's a little bit foamy, like there's chemicals that act like soap and cause your stuff to foam over. So they can create gas and things like that when you eat it. So always, always dispose of your soaking water. I'm gonna add water, 1.5 cups, some turmeric and salt, and our strained soaked moong. Bring this to a boil and cook until it's dry. It's time to try out the flax pudding today. And the consistency is much more like pudding. It's kind of a semi-solid gel. It's not like your traditional custard by any means. I'm a little nervous. I think that the warmth of the hot chocolate actually helped with this absorbing more water. Okay, that's not bad. I made this on the bitter side because I didn't want it overly sweet. I'm already breaking my rule about no added sugar and fat with this one, but this is actually edible today. So I'm not feeling so bad about it. Oh shoot, my moong's boiling over. Crisis averted, back to the pudding. I hope I can finish this today. I think it just needed the warm liquid. And the cinnamon is a nice touch. Last bite. Honestly, that was pretty good. I think I might repeat this one. Not tomorrow though. I gotta work on some other flavor combinations. I almost forgot my water chaser. I've cooked this to almost dry. You can see there's just a little bit of water left in the pan here. Just gonna turn that off. You can see these are nice and soft. We don't want to cook them past this point. I've got 1 medium bottle gourd or lauki, which you just want to chop, peel. I'm going to cut this in half, and I've cut it in half again, and now we're just going to make it into quarters. We want to remove the seeds and shred. Some cumin seeds, kari pata, a little ginger garlic paste. This bhaji is so nice because it doesn't have any complex masala. Add a little haldi. In goes our bottle gourd. Saute this for about 2 minutes. The bottle gourd has started to release its own water, so we're going to cover, turn down the heat, and cook for 10 minutes. Now it's time to add our dal. The bottle gourd has released enough moisture to finish cooking any of the dal here. So we're just going to give this a little stir fry for about 2 minutes. I think we are finally done. So I'm just going to add some lime juice. And a handful of dill. Put the lid on to rest. Now I know what you're thinking. Dill doesn't belong in Indian cooking, but you would be wrong. Even though dill originated in the Mediterranean region, it is native to South Asia, Northern Africa, parts of the Middle East. In fact, records of culinary use of dill date back 5,000 years to ancient Egypt, and dill is the secret to really good vada. I'm going to try to make some instant sorghum or jowari roti on my tawa. It uses a liquid dough that's kind of the consistency of idli batter. I have never tried this before, so I'm hoping it works. Well, I need to boil 1 cup of water for this. Our water has come to a boil, so we just turn this off. And I am going to reserve 1/2 of a cup. To our hot water, I'm going to add 1/4 teaspoon of crushed ajwain or carom seeds and 1/2 teaspoon of oil. I'm going to put in my sorghum flour and we're going to stir this. The hydration ratio for sorghum is about 1:1, but we want this to be a thin batter, so we got to stir this really well. We want to put the lid on this and let it rest for 5 minutes. Millet flours do not act like the starches in wheat, so we have to treat this a little bit differently. I'm just going to stir in a little water at a time. We want to gelatinize this so that it sticks together, but I also want this to be a runny batter so I can just pour it on top of the tawa. I'm adding about 1 tablespoon at a time. I think it's time for the whisk. Yeah, that's what I want. I added a few drops of oil to this tawa while it was cold. Just gonna spread this out like it's a dosa. I've got this on medium, low heat, and I'm gonna cover this so that it steams because we don't want this to dry out or crack. You can see this has already started to puff, but it's not quite set yet. Well, that was quite possibly the most disappointing 20 minutes of cooking of my life, but all's not lost. I had a Blinkit order earlier this morning and they sent me a sample of Thepla. So I'm just going to reheat these on the tawa. Time for me to eat my disappointment. That dry vegetable or suki bhaji as we call it in India is really good. Let's try the Thepla. This is a fantastic combo. I was joking with my husband that if the instant jowari roti didn't work, then we'd have to pull out the Thepla. Not a bad combination. I guess I'm going to have to eat my words.